Welcome to Illuminati Silver. We tell you the truth about silver. Today is Friday the 3rd of September 2021 and we're producing our gold and silver morning update and price forecast. Gold and silver prices wait with bated breath ahead of the non-farm payrolls due out today. They could potentially make or break the next direction for precious metals over the coming weeks. So let's take a look. Welcome to Illuminati Silver. It's Friday morning at 10:36 a.m. GMT +1, 3rd of September. My tooth has been temporarily fixed. It actually cracked in half 2 days ago. Fixed at the dentist yesterday temporarily, and then a brand new rebuild of the tooth will occur in a fortnight's time. Let's hope they don't fall out before then. Talking of falling out, there seems to be some problems with Biden and the European Union, which we shall be looking at in a few minutes. But first, on the financial side, let's take a look at what is actually happening. We have European shares pause as investors await US jobs report. Now, since last weekend, we've said, or in fact the week even before that, this Friday, i.e. today's, US non-farm payrolls report is going to be crucial because it's the last payrolls report before the FOMC meets towards the end of this month. And therefore it will be looking at that data as crucial, while it also affects the rest of the world. European stocks remain range-bound near all-time highs on Friday ahead of the US jobs report. But investors will analyse for clues on the direction of the Federal Reserve's monetary policy. The Stoxx Europe 600 index eased 0.2%, with consumer products and tech stocks showing the biggest declines. Miners and autos advanced the most. According to Bloomberg, a survey of economists, the US probably added 725,000 jobs in August, a more moderate pace versus the prior 2 months, but stronger than gains in early 2021. So keep that in mind. That's what Bloomberg reckons. When we look in a few minutes at the non-farm payrolls, 720 is the envisaged figure compared with 943 achieved in July. Next heading, takeover bargains turn UK into a hotbed of pandemic deal-making. Investors are tracking a number of undervalued UK companies, including household names in gambling, energy and fashion, as some of the world's lowest equity valuations raise the prospect of a new round of takeover deals in the final months of 2021. I thought we were going to have a financial collapse before then of the equity markets. Not according to these. A survey of 15 risk arbitrage desks, fund managers, traders and analysts across the UK and Europe revealed that sports betting firm Entain plc, Scottish energy provider SSE plc and luxury clothing brand Burberry Group plc are flashing brightest on investor radars. Going over to BBC News, food price rise fears amid staff shortages. We're seeing this, prices will go up, inflation's going up, not necessarily because the fundamental economics, but because of the COVID variant is affecting haulage firms, drivers and staff. China set to open new stock exchange in Beijing, all part of the Chinese financial ultimate takeover. And in the US we can see Storm Ida kills dozens across US northeast. And we'll take a little look at this one in a moment. How Europe's relationship with Joe Biden turned sour. What's this all about? A series of disagreements, most notably over Afghanistan, have some European leaders revising their expectations about President Joe Biden and thinking more about a future untethered to the United States. From a white-knuckle grip with Donald Trump to an arm on the shoulder with President Biden, Emmanuel Macron's greetings tell the story of how EU leaders saw the change of US administrations. Now, our own political contacts actually agreed. They were pleased when Trump went. A lot of people won't like to hear that, but they thought he was too far out there and not trustworthy, only looking after his own personal wealth, and could be influenced by the last person who spoke with him. I'm not saying that's the case, but that was the impression many got. And they certainly didn't like his treatment of them over NATO. It's not to say he's right or wrong, it's just to say that's what was. However, at a NATO summit in May 17, the French president dug his fingertips into President Trump's hand, staring him in the face. "It wasn't innocent," Mr. Macron later said. "In my bilateral dialogues, I won't let anything pass." Roll forward 4 years to the recent G7 summit in Cornwall, Joe Biden's first as US president, and again Mr. Macron grasped the moment. As the cameras snapped, he walked across the beach with his arm around Mr. Biden. The body language shift was clear. The two sides arm in arm once again. But in capitals across Europe, from London to Berlin, Afghanistan has soured the sweetness of Joe Biden's honeymoon. It's not the fact of the withdrawal itself that has rankled, but the US lack of coordination with allies, particularly since the NATO mission at the time of the drawdown comprised troops from 36 countries, 3/4 of whom were non-American, leading to an international scramble to evacuate. Clearly a functional problem, not necessarily a political one. US dollar up this morning at 92.24. Fair way from our 93. We still think it's going to get there at some stage. Energy prices marginally up, 10 cents, 11 cents. $70 for Brent WTI crude and 73 for Brent crude. Stocks yesterday in the US all up on a tear once again, broadly up 0.33%. Asia Pacific, mixed bag, Hang Seng holding back. The Nikkei and Topics, though, up 1 and 2 and 1% respectively. And in Europe, slightly mixed bag again. European index down 0.2. FTSE, as we say, they're all awaiting the non-farm payroll report. Well, let's have a look at what may give us an indication to today. We had the ADP employment report yesterday at Wednesday at 374,000 jobs against expectations of 600,000. So they did disappoint. There's no guarantee that whatever happens with ADP will happen with the non-farm payrolls, as we found out a month or two ago. However, having said that, we have to brace ourselves for potentially a worse figure. Markets expecting 720,000, which is lower than the 943 actually achieved in the previous month. The unemployment rate is also expected to fall to 5.2%. Average hourly earnings to fall to 0.3%. And now when I say fall, it's still a positive figure, but it's 0.3%. Market, and basically this will be the key report for the week. Now, market services PMI finals are out and the ISM services, and we'll see how they will back up, or not as the case may be, the payroll report. This will have, in our view, the greatest influence. If they're benign, then the markets will trundle along as they have been. If the non-farm payrolls are showing a sharp decrease in unemployment, or if you like, a sharp increase in employment, then of course the fear once again of early tapering comes in, which will increase the value of the dollar, because they will expect in the end, not for now, interest rates to rise, and vice versa. If they're disappointed, then there's more stimulus on the way. That's how the economic theory runs. Of course, practice is often different, and the markets don't always behave in accordance with economic theory. World gold prices down $3.50 over the last 24 hours, but still holding well above $1,800 at $1,812. Silver down 18 cents over the last 24 hours, but has managed to climb back from earlier in the week from below $24 to now just holding above it Again, as we've said, there's not going to be huge movement until this non-farm payrolls report comes out. Cryptocurrencies on an absolute tear. Bitcoin up 0.4% in the last 24 hours, but Ethereum up 5.8%. Cardano down slightly, but still holding strong, just shy of $3. The one that's moved really the fastest in the last 24 hours, or one of the fastest, is Solana, which is up 23%. But look at the market cap, 2.27 trillion. We said that before this bull run is out, this will be 2.5 for sure, and 3 trillion quite likely. Let's see if that does come about. That's it for now. Let's await, see what happens to the non-farm payrolls. Reminder, we have our weekly update tomorrow, which will then be repeated on Sunday. Have a great day, everyone. Please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, press the bell sign. Until our next video, thank you for watching. Illuminati silver owners come from a background of banking, international wealth management and economics. Having now retired from these worlds, we are not qualified to give investment advice. Therefore, this and other productions must not be deemed to be giving such advice and merely represent the personal views of its owners.